Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another tier list. My first tier list. Hi, guys. It's me. Today we're gonna be looking at MCU movies. Ooh,
And shows.
very, very good topic. Yes, this is gonna be a heated debate, I think, with these movies. I am very excited, and we have DPX here, and also Slash. So yes,
The two tier list video mainstays. So yeah, let's just get right into this. By the way, this is movies and shows, since we just had both Black Widow and Loki concluding. So yeah, started off with Iron Man, the first movie. So yeah, this is the first one, and it still holds up very well. I think it's probably S tier in my opinion, just because it's like not a movie that they weren't really trying to do a cinematic universe at the time. They were hinting at it and doing certain like builds to that, but it wasn't like they weren't pushing it so hard. So this, like, as a standalone film, even this movie's pretty good. So yeah, what do you guys think?
honestly, I think S tier is a little too high. I'd say honestly, top of A tier. I do think it's a great movie. Obviously, it's the introduction to the MCU, but I don't think it's absolutely amazing. I do like some parts of it. It actually wasn't my first MCU film. Actually, the Hulk was mine, which is nowhere as good as Iron Man. But I guess maybe Slash can decide where this is going.
You'll be the tiebreaker.
All the pressure's on me. I don't know. I think it's a very solid movie. I like the part where they were in Caesar's palace. That was the best part of the movie. I don't know. It's definitely in between. Oh shit! I have to make this decision.
Yeah.
Let's just go. I don't know. I feel like. Stop it.
just fucking make your decision.
Okay, let's go. We can change it at the end. Let's go A.
All right. I disagree, but sure. Guardians of the Galaxy, I think, yeah, S tier.
I like Guardians.
I'm clicking. I don't know why it didn't move. Upon like thinking about it, like my top two favorite MCU films are Infinity War and Endgame. This might be my third actually. So
I wonder where Infinity War and Endgame are going to be on this tier list.
Well, we'll get to them. Avengers: Age of Ultron. This movie's hate a little too much. I don't think it's really that good. Definitely a huge letdown from the first Avengers movie. It's definitely a good movie though. We get to see it introduced some like mainstays like Wanda and Vision and characters like that. And but like this movie has a lot of like confusing plot lines and it's very dark, which is fine, but like it doesn't really it just didn't seem totally right, just how dark it was. And it was also like Ultron, I think you guys can agree with me here, Ultron was a huge disappointment. So
yeah, I do agree with that. I do think that Age of Ultron is a little underrated. I do think it's pretty good, and I think it gets a little hated too much. But I can agree with like maybe a solid B tier, and maybe even lower. Honestly, it's not a bad movie, but I do think it does have its flaws to it.
You see, I was also kind of teetering between B or C. Gus, do you know which one? Before we have to make Slash make the decision again.
I don't think it's a terrible choice. I think B might be the best spot for it. But yeah.
All right, Slash.
Just Slash, yeah.
B for boy.
All right, B tier. Ant-Man. Now, here's the thing. Avengers: Age of Ultron is like a B tier that was trying to be like an S tier. Ant-Man, I feel like, is a solid B tier that was trying to be a B tier, if you know what I mean. It's not like it's not that ambitious. It's not like some crazy movie about the world ending. It's just it's just a little heist film, and that's fine. So I think a B tier. Do you guys agree with that?
Definitely. I think it's a great. This came out during the summer, I think. I don't remember what year. I think 2015 maybe. But I thought it was a great summer flick, and I really enjoyed it. I would honestly say A tier, but B tier is honestly a good spot too. So I can agree with the B tier.
Slash.
I feel like either low A or high B works for this movie. It's pretty good.
Captain America: Civil War. I think that's another S tier. I mean, I want to get one thing out of the way. I felt Zemo was a little, like, upon thinking about it, we didn't really need Zemo. That was, like, the one issue. But other than that, like, the airport sequence is, like, I'll rewatch that without even, like, rewatching the whole movie sometimes.
I don't know about S tier. Maybe I'm, like, being a little too harsh, but I feel like Iron Man, I don't know, I feel like it's high A tier for me, personally.
Alright. So
I feel like
Sorry.
I feel like it was a little underwhelming in some places, and I feel like Zemo was just kind of there. I don't know though. I could see it going in either way, and it was also the introduction for Black Panther as well.
Yeah,
so.
and Spider-Man.
You literally took the words out of my mouth, and that's actually why I think it's an S tier movie. I think that honestly, if this was a standalone film, it could totally work by itself. I think it's so action-packed. I absolutely love this movie, and yeah, it has the introduction of like two of the most iconic Marvel heroes now, which being Black Panther and Spider-Man, and yeah, it's just so fun.
Yeah.
That movie is definitely, in my opinion, an S tier.
Yeah. Sorry, Slash.
Either is fine. It's fun. Like, it's not like I'm like, grr. Like, it's a good movie.
Grr.
Alright, Doctor Strange.
Context.
I feel like I like Doctor Strange more than a lot of other people did. People say it's a CGI mess. I don't think so. I think the CGI in this movie is actually really good. No pun intended, I think the movie at times felt a little strange. I thought this movie was pretty good. I guess it hasn't really, like, I was gonna say it hasn't held up well, but that's not really the right thing to say. I feel like when you talk about the MCU films now, I feel like this one's sort of forgotten. But I'd say it's a solid B tier, maybe low A.
So this is, I think, an awesome movie. This is actually this is kind of random, but it's one of my grandma's favorite MCU movies. It's definitely not the best one, obviously not, but I do think this is a great introduction to Doctor Strange, and as a standalone Marvel film, it's also pretty good.
I'll say low A, if that's...
I would say, if I had to pick, I'd say high B, but whatever.
Gus?
Let's go low A tier for now,
Alright.
and I think it could possibly be high B, but we'll see.
It's a rectangle.
Yeah.
Oh!
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Now, obviously not as good as the first one, so this isn't going to go in S tier. But
Yes,
I think this movie's still really good. There are definitely some moments in this where it's sort of like, you know, the tone. Yeah, the tone can be a little
strange.
Like, they could have some tonal issues sometimes, you know. And so I thought Ego was a good villain, but like, it took like a while for that to be revealed, and I thought that stuff was weird. I'd say it's still a really solid film, though. And the part where Yondu died was, like, it was very well done.
Wait, Yondu died? No, I'm just kidding, yeah.
Spoilers if you haven't seen this movie from 2017, but,
just put a spoilers thing on the beginning.
Yeah, probably. Anyways, I'd honestly say low A. Or, I mean, just A right now. What do you guys think?
Well, confession time. Well, the first time I saw this movie in the theaters, I actually fell asleep because of how boring I thought it was. That being said, I don't think it's a terrible movie. My second time viewing it, I actually had a really good time with it, but, yeah, definitely not as good as the first one. And I actually don't see myself revisiting it unless I'm gonna watch the first and the second one, like do a double feature. But, yeah, I'd honestly only give it a B tier. I don't think it's as great as the first one, and it's not terrible though. And yeah, I think it's B tier.
I don't know. I feel like Gus was like low key saying it was like worse than B tier because he literally like fell asleep during the movie, you know. But he didn't want to like outright say it, so we'll just go B tier.
All right, Spider-Man: Homecoming is an A tier. You know, it was definitely a breath of fresh air for Spider-Man. A lot of people are kind of like unhappy about how they're making Spider-Man like Iron Man Jr. But like in this movie, it was kind of different because it was like, you know, it was new. It was with Vulture. I thought Vulture was a good villain. In fact, one of the best MCU villains probably, just because, you know, he's not really a bad guy. Really, he's just someone who's who turns to crime to, you know, provide for his family, which is an interesting villain for the MCU. So I'd say a solid A tier. What do you guys think?
I definitely agree with A tier. I actually find Far From Home to be the better Spider-Man movie out of the two, to be honest.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
This movie is very fun though, and but I definitely agree with A tier.
And definitely A tier.
Oh, I never asked you, Slash. But yeah, okay, you agree. Thor Ragnarok.
The squares back ?
I'm actually not sure. I was thinking S tier, but I'm not. The main issue with Thor Ragnarok, I feel, is the humor. Not that it's not funny, but like sometimes, like, this is a reoccurring problem with these MCU movies, because the humor will be sometimes placed in at like not the best moments.
No.
But I don't know. Like, as you could make a case for S tier. I'm thinking more high A, but Gus, what do you think? Where do you think Thor Ragnarok should go?
Ragnarok, I personally think it's S tier. I love this movie. It's actually probably in like my top 3 favorite MCU movies. I've seen this movie maybe 3 or 4 times already, and I regret not seeing it in the theater. This movie's amazing, in my opinion. It's definitely better than the first 2 combined.
Yeah, definitely.
I really enjoy it.
Slash, what do you think?
I don't know. I also think it's an S tier. I don't know. I feel like the comedy
2 S
is
tiers
like.
over 1 though, so.
I feel like the comedy isn't like as obnoxious as you make it sound, and I also feel like
it wasn't that obnoxious. It was just at moments it was like oddly placed, you know. Okay, I think my opinion on this movie's really changed. I don't think Black Panther's that bad. I also don't want to talk shit about because Chadwick Boseman's a legend, but I don't think this movie's as good as many people say it is. Like, I don't like. I think I might actually speak for most people when I say I don't think this deserved a Best Picture nominee. I think it's a solid B tier though.
This movie has some of my favorite action sequences in the MCU.
That's true.
And I also think, Chadwick Boseman kills it as Black Panther.
Yeah.
That being said, I can see this as like a high A tier. I don't think it's the best MCU movie, but I definitely had a great time watching this. I also think the villain Killmonger is an alright villain. I like.
Really? I thought Killmonger is probably. I forgot to say this. I really didn't. I didn't say anything about the movie itself, did I? But I don't mean to cut you off here, but like I thought Killmonger is probably one of the best villains in the MCU, just because, you know, he kind of wins, like, I guess in the sense that he made T'Challa like change the way he thinks about how like.
I do like his origins and everything. I think that's really good. I think Michael B. Jordan also has a great. I think that's his name, right? Yeah, he has a great performance too. But I don't know. I think there's so many better villains. But this is definitely high A tier for me. Black Panther.
Hey, how's it going? I would say high A tier as well. The music music was
quite a bit. Yeah, sorry, what?
Yeah, the music for this movie was nominated, and I think it actually won best scoring for a motion picture.
It does have a pretty great.
The score is good. I just don't think it should have been nominated for best. It was. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. It was nominated for best picture.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Often wrong. I'm not just kidding. I think the rectangle is gonna continue.
Yeah, with Avengers: Infinity War, I think that's an S tier. I don't think we need to say much on that. It might actually be the best movie in the MCU in my opinion. Incredible Hulk, I think we have our first C tier, just because. I mean,
Gus has seen it. No, have you seen it?
I've seen it, yeah.
I've seen it, yes.
I've seen all these, by the way, just so you know. So, like,
Loser.
I think it just says enough that the main actor decided to just drop the role after this movie because it's just super boring, and it's a shame because the Hulk was definitely my favorite childhood superhero. So when I was younger, I liked it, and then going back to it, I said, "Oh, let me just relive some childhood memories," and it was just really just slow and boring and just C tier.
Yeah, now I will say this is a little overhated, you know, just because, like, specifically, I thought the fight between Hulk and Abomination at the end was very entertaining. Just getting these two giants fighting each other is awesome. And, but, like, I wouldn't be surprised if some people who know a little bit less about the MCU are commenting below saying, like, oh, the Incredible Hulk's not a part of the MCU. Yes, it is. It just doesn't seem like it just because of how disconnected it seems. But hey, you know, maybe we're getting some ties soon, you know, maybe, because Abomination appeared in the Shang-Chi trailer, so yeah. So, Ant-Man and the Wasp. I'd say this is probably just as good as the first Ant-Man. I honestly think you can switch the two out for, like, the same spot, really, on the list, you know.
I definitely agree with that. It's another, like, came out during the summer as well, just another summer. It actually, fun fact, it has one of my favorite post-credit scenes. In my opinion.
Definitely.
But yeah.
Oh yeah. Never mind. I'm stupid.
It's definitely was it in A tier before, or was it in B tier? I think we put it in B tier. Yeah, I think B is a worthy spot. I can even see this in low A tier. Honestly, I thought it was a really good film.
Yeah. Slash. What do you think?
Yeah. I would say, I don't know. I would say B tier. It's an interesting movie. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like the Ant-Man movies are generally a little more quote unquote like packed with jokes than the other movies. I don't know.
Captain Marvel. Wait, have you? Slash, I know you haven't seen it. Gus, have you seen it?
I have seen this, and I think it's a C tier movie.
Yeah, this one was disappointing just because, like, I guess at the time, I briefly mentioned this before we started, but just at the time, you know, we were going off incredible highs with, you know, Infinity War and Endgame, and then we got Captain Marvel, which obviously wasn't gonna meet those two just because those set a very high bar, but like this one wasn't really, it was painfully average, at least for, like, you know, this feels like it had a lot of issues that the Phase 1 had that they, like, fixed in, like, Phase 2 and 3, you know, so this feels like, I don't know, it's a good movie. A lot of people, like, genuinely didn't like this movie, and I feel like it was a little overhated, if not for, like, the anti-SJWs having a field day with this movie, but, like, I thought this movie was a perfectly fine movie, but I mean, it was a little underwhelming, at least for when it was released. What do you think, Gus? I
kind of the same exact opinion, honestly.
Avengers Endgame, S tier. Can we agree?
Yeah.
Sure.
Alright, moving on. Spider-Man Far From Home.
S tier.
Really, S tier? No. I think it's really good. It might be, like, possibly, some say it's the best live-action Spider-Man movie, but maybe it is. It's definitely, like, top 3. In fact, no, maybe top 2. But, like,
bottom S tier, high A tier. If you,
I was thinking high A, but like,
not this again.
I love this movie. I think it's so fun. I saw this movie after watching Endgame for the 4th time in theaters. So I just got out of it and then went right into Spider-Man, and it's so fun.
It's a lot of fun. I guess I was way more, when I saw it, it feels like time hasn't been too nice to this movie, though, because it feels like once it came out, everyone was raving about it, but then over time, it feels like everyone sort of just turned on it, and it didn't deserve that, because this movie's a lot of fun. You're right. I don't know about S tier, though. I just think maybe high A. Slash, I'm sorry, you're always in this position, but what do you think? You break this.
No, I thought Mysterio was a great villain.
Mysterio's good, yeah.
I don't know, that scene with the whole the illusion scene is probably one of the best scenes just in the MCU, in my opinion. You know what scene I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it could really go either way. I feel like the general consensus is more A tier, but I don't know. Let's just go. Let's go A tier.
All right.
Sorry,
Gus.
Okay, fine.
Hey, you guys made me put Iron Man in A tier as well, though. So,
Fine.
and Black Panther. So,
Fine.
all right. Now we get into the shows. WandaVision. You see, here's the thing. The first 3 episodes of WandaVision, like a solid B tier. Middle 3 episodes of WandaVision, fucking S tier, I think. Last 3 episodes of WandaVision, probably a C tier. I mean, like, the penultimate episode was really good, but, like, 2 out of 3 is not so great. So, this is really hard to rank this show. Also, it's a show, which makes it different than all the other ones so far. But I don't know where to put it, honestly. I think maybe A tier, if not high B, just because it ended on rather a bad, I don't want to say bad, but like underwhelming note. You set all these expectations. It set all these expectations, and they resulted in stuff like, wait, Gus, you said you saw this, like, completely, right?
Yeah, I've seen
Okay,
it.
so you set up multiverse with Evan Peters' Quicksilver, but as it turns out, he's only there for a boner joke. So, like,
no, but it was
that was very disappointing.
Funny. It was a really funny joke, guys.
it's stuff like that where it's just like I don't know. I don't know where I can rank this. I really don't know. It's different. You know, it's very different, which I think that gives it a plus. But like, I don't know where to put this really. Slash?
I don't know. Probably low B. I don't know.
Okay, I think that's
like,
a little too harsh.
Okay, just B. Whatever. Like, I don't know. I feel like it could go B, it could go C. Like, there's a lot of things that are good about this show, but then there's a lot of things that are just like, why did they think that this would work? Like, what were they thinking?
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I don't know. Yeah, I feel like it's probably B tier. I don't know. I know you're probably gonna try to rank it in probably about B, but
I don't know.
I feel like it's low B tier. I feel like it laid the expectations and then like kind of flipped us off in a way. Like everyone was expecting Mephisto. Everyone was expecting.
Well, Mephisto just became a meme at one point. Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
That's so true. It is a show.
Yeah. Wow. Great observation, me. Anyways, see, here's the thing with Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It doesn't like disappoint like WandaVision did in many aspects, but I mean it's a lot less ambitious. It plays it a lot more safe, which is fine. You know, not everything needs to be super ambitious, but as a result, it's just not as interesting of a series as WandaVision was.
There's a lot of, I don't know, there's a lot of flip-flopping in terms of one person in particular that I just feel kind of ruined it. I think it's a B tier. I don't know.
The fuck was that? Yeah. B tier, yeah. Black Widow. So I guess it's just everything that came out this year that's just all next to each other. Black Widow. So Gus, you haven't seen Black Widow yet.
No.
So you don't have to. Sorry, you can sit out this one. Black Widow. I think it's a solid movie. It's not like super good or anything. A lot of people are disappointed, but I mean, like, you know, Black Widow was a reoccurring side character for the longest time. So her getting her own standalone movie now, I mean, while exciting, I can't expect too much from it. And I didn't, and what I got was good. There's the villain Taskmaster, without giving any spoilers. Taskmaster was very disappointing. It barely did anything, I'll just say that. That, and, I mean, just the timing of this, this should have came out, like, after Civil War, which is where this takes place. Because now, it's like, we know how Black Widow dies, you know. It's not in this movie, it's an Endgame. So, the stakes aren't as high in this movie. But I think it's a solid B tier just because it's a very I was very entertained throughout the whole film.
I also think it's a B tier. I feel like you covered everything decent. So, I mean...
Yeah. Loki! Hey, at the time of recording this just concluded yesterday. And, A tier, maybe even high A tier. The obviously the best MCU show. I mean, that's up against 3. I mean 2 others, but like this is like the other 2 are really good, and this one's even better. I feel like it's a show that mostly stayed good all around. Episode 3 was a little and episode 5, while being good, wasn't really a good penultimate episode, if you know what I mean. But the show is really good, and it has some major implications for the MCU. And that finale I thought was really good when it comes to the implications for the MCU.
Yeah, I feel like this is probably the best MCU show that we've gotten so far. I don't think that's saying that much, considering the other 2 that we got were okay. But I feel like this is definitely the best one, and I don't know. I feel like there's some aspects about it and what it implies that I don't really like, but I feel like there's some things about the implications of what the timeline, as described in the show, like means, you know, or the MCU in general. But I don't know. The last episode was just really good.
So next up, Iron Man 2. I think we have our first D tier, if I'm being honest.
I think the only redeeming factor in this movie is the villain. I actually did enjoy the villain in this movie, and the introduction to War Machine as well. But honestly, yeah, I don't think this is D tier though. I think I can see this going low C tier, honestly.
Yeah, I would say this is C tier as well.
Really?
Yeah, I think we have to save the one. I think D tier only deserves one movie, and I think we know what that is. I don't think Iron Man 2 is great at all, but I don't think it deserves a D tier.
Thor, the original Thor. I think this movie's a little like overhated. It's not the best, but it's not that bad of a movie. But like, you know, how this one's kind of like, it exists, you know.
It exists.
It exists, yeah.
I think
the
it's a
Dutch
C tier.
angle pissed me off.
I think. Wait, what movie is this again? I don't know why.
Thor.
I think. Okay, yes. I find Thor in this movie in particular to be kind of unlikable for some reason.
He is.
He's kind of like, I don't know. He has like but I guess he's like a god, so I don't know. He kind of has like a douchey attitude to him in a way, and I think his character gets a lot better throughout the MCU. I think this is just his like worst representation of the character, honestly. That being said, I don't think it's a terrible movie. I think it's pretty fun. I'd say high C tier, low B tier.
Slash,
I
what
would
do you
say,
think?
yeah, I would say C tier as well. This movie is okay. It's nothing special.
Yeah.
But
Alright, Captain America: The First Avenger. This is another one. I noticed that a lot of like the movies in Phase 1, like Thor, First Avenger, Iron Man 2, The Incredible Hulk, obviously, those are all forgotten films a lot of the time. The 2 that aren't forgotten as much are Iron Man and Avengers, which is next. But Captain America: The First Avenger, I think is a solid movie, to be honest. I did not mean to drop it there, but I think it's a solid movie. I think it's a B tier.
I think this is mid B tier. I've only watched this movie once, and yeah, I've kind of forgotten about it. But when I did watch it, I did remember enjoying it. I didn't think it was terrible. I really can't say much because, like you said, I really don't remember much of it. But I think it's just good old B tier, mid B tier.
Good old B tier slash. Where would you say this goes?
I don't know, anywhere from low A tier to mid B tier for me. I don't know. I remember this movie being quite enjoyable, and it was a solid introduction, but it wasn't anything super special.
Avengers, the first one, S tier. Can you guys agree with that? We have Iron Man 3, another movie that I tend to forget about a lot. But I think it's a very decent film. Obviously, get the main negative out of the way first. The Mandarin. That whole thing was really dumb. But
He's an orange.
Mandarin is Mephisto. There we go. But
I don't think so, but
no, I think it's maybe low B, high C. I don't think it should go in the same tier as Hulk, Iron Man 2, and Thor. But if we're gonna put it in B tier, I don't think it should be too awfully high. What do you guys think?
I remember seeing this movie in the theaters, and I actually remember really enjoying it. Especially after not liking the second one, and I thought the first one was okay. I thought this was like, wow, that was actually a pretty good movie. That being said, it's definitely not the best one, and I think the first Iron Man is way better. This is probably a high B tier, but I can see this mid B tier, low B tier as well. I really did enjoy this movie, though. I think it's a little underrated as well.
Alright. Yeah, it is pretty underrated. Slash, what do you think?
I don't know. I pretty much agree. I feel like there's a lot of there's stuff about this movie that's dumb, but I feel like I feel like there's also a lot that's redeeming about it, so probably B tier.
Iron Man 3 probably is one of my favorite soundtracks as well, but we'll move on.
Yeah. Alright, Thor: The Dark World, D tier. Captain America: The Winter Soldier. No, but Captain America: The Winter Soldier, I think that's an S tier.
S tier, 100%. This can just be its own film. It's so fucking good. I love this movie. I actually didn't watch it till like maybe 2018, and it was so good. It's definitely one of my favorites.
Yeah, Slash.
Yeah, I mean, it's like they nailed what they were going for. They did the whole spy thing very well, I would say. And it's also a Captain America movie. The action's pretty good. I don't know, the one thing that was a little spotty for me was the whole the algorithm thing and the MODOK man. Not MODOK. Fuck, did I say MODOK?
Yeah,
what's the guy's name? What's his name?
You think
I can't remember.
Alexander Pierce?
Nah. Zola. Zola was a little weird.
Yeah.
The whole scene and sequence where they're in the thing is with Zola's a little weird. But yeah, I would say it's an S tier. Those are my only problems with the movie that I can think of.
Anyways, this is our MCU tier list. Tell us your you don't have to rank all of them, but in the comments below you can tell us your top 7, since there are 7 in S tier, or just tell us your top 1, and one of us will respond to you telling you why you're wrong. Anyways,
it won't be me. It won't be Ramkit.
Yeah. Anyways, this video's gone on for 50 minutes. Jesus.
Ram.
So yeah, bye guys.
Bye bye, eat your vegetables.